can hold my body down. There ain't no grave can hold my body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna rise right out of the ground. Ain't no grave can hold my body down.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Davistar experience. Normally, I don't do back-to-backs, but uh, in this instance, to be fair, I decided to do an update on a video that I recently did probably an hour ago. Maybe not even an hour ago, but yeah, I just wanted to do an update on the video I did. So basically, Um, I had talked about the predator hunters, the guys that go out there hunting down these creeps that go after these minors and go after kids and whatnot and assault kids and all that. Well, I had done a story in particular about a gentleman who was exposed allegedly at um, a place called Assumption University. Of all of the names that they could have picked, they chose Assumption. So um, it's a college in Worcester, Massachusetts. Apparently, it's accredited. It's very, it's acclaimed. It has, I'm not quite sure what, but they have, some high quality programs there. So I did a story about this college and basically talked about how these kids, these six people, 18-year-olds, did a undercover sting, kind of like Chris Hansen, um, a Chris Hansen thing where they exposed, quote unquote, a guy who supposedly went up there to go meet a minor. Well, upon doing some further inquiries and investigation and, looking up some things, come to find out when they went, so I went on a YouTube channel, a YouTube account called Law and Crime, where they basically do a whole lot of investigating things when it comes to court cases and whatnot, especially if they're going to trial. Um, the people in question went to court. It was like six of them. Come to find out, update. So the gentleman that they caught, and I can use the term gentleman now based on recent information. So the information that came out in that case was the guy that they caught. So the way that it started was they went and started messaging this guy with a girl's Tinder account. That's why there's a girl involved in this. So the girl has a Tinder account. On her Tinder account, she has that she's 18 years old. So right off the rip there, guy's innocent. The guy is innocent. The way that it sounded was they set it up to where he was coming to a thing to hang out with some young lady on college campus. He's a military veteran. He was recently deployed. So days after this incident occurred, this occurred back in I think December. I mean October or November. He was deployed recently, so he's not even in the country now. But he hung out with this girl who they said it was a setup. It was a whole setup. They set this guy up, made him think that he was going to hang out with this girl so they could hang out together and spend time together. But um, come to find out, it was a thing where basically they set him up under the auspices of social media clicks. They wanted him to spend time with this girl so they could basically frame him. And come to find out, the girl wasn't underage. There was nothing illegal about what they did. She was 18 years old. It was known that she was 18 years old. And when He showed up to this girl's place. They hung out for a few minutes. All of a sudden, he gets bum rushed by 30 people screaming that he's a pedophile, he's a creep, he's this, that, and the third. And basically he got jumped by like 30 people. So in all that, they chase him out of the campus. They're all seen on video. And the girl that was screaming, oh, she was innocent and she's a victim, she was one of the ones that they saw coming out of the apartment laughing and screaming after they done chased this guy in the parking lot. They done beat him up. They done hit him with car doors and all that. Come to find out, the guy didn't do anything wrong. He was simply hanging out with a girl that, on Tinder. She had on her profile that she was 18, and the cops are pissed because there's a whole criminal complaint behind that. 6 people got caught up in that on top of the lawsuit. So yeah, the university's on the hook because it happened on their property. The kids are of course on the hook because they assaulted the guy, and everything's in limbo now with these kids. But yeah, they're caught up. They're done. The university's on the hook because it happened on their campus. But yeah, the update is they looked and come to find out when they reviewed all the transcripts and the documents in the case, there was no impropriety. The dude was not trying to hunt for no minors. He was simply going to hang out with a young lady who was at the college, and they basically did this for social media clicks and views, and they got caught up in the situation thinking that they were doing something right when come to find out it was a setup. So this had nothing to do with impropriety on that guy's part. It was them trying to set this dude up, and they're doing it for social media clicks and views. And it's sad because now their lives are ruined. I mean, thank God. And the guy's in the military. And when I tell you they take that stuff so seriously, if you're even accused of that, you could face disciplinary action behind that, especially when you're in that situation. Because I know guys that have been accused of that, and it almost was over for them. But come to find out, they were involved. They were a part of some scheme or whatever, and they weren't. They were basically victims of somebody else's scheme or whatever. It's sad, but that's what people do nowadays. You got to be oh so careful online about who you're talking to. I know on TikTok, you got these people that are scamming. They making these dudes think that these women want them, and these are some bombshell women. I'm talking everything hanging, busting out, and they making these dudes think that they really real. And I know because I've almost been a victim of it. I mean, not with the underage thing, but like just the people that are trying to, hook up with you on TikTok. TikTok is it's bad because every day, I'm gonna say every 3 hours, I get a message from somebody on TikTok talking about, hey, handsome, hey, sexy, blah, blah, blah. And come to find out, it's a bot. Because the first time it happened, I almost fell for it. So some young lady messages me talking about, hey, I saw your profile, can we talk or whatever? And I'm like, okay, cool. And she looked like a legitimate account, where basically we talked for a minute, and I started noticing little things, especially when they start asking you like, "Hey, do you have X, Y, and Z or money like this?" And I'm like, "Okay, red flag." And then, because see, before it used to be you would know it was a bot because they would ask you the same 4 generic questions or say the same 4 generic things. Now these bots are actually interacting with you, and like, you would be talking to them, and they would say, "Hey, I like that picture of you doing blah blah blah," and you would think, "Okay, this is not a bot," because now I don't know how they're doing it, but there are actually people behind it, and they're asking for money and gift cards. You know, I work in public safety, so we have things that we're supposed to look out for as far as like people using scams for gift cards, and the police departments put out certain things. Like, for instance, I know for a fact that Dollar General, because of all the scamming going on, people are asking for gift cards because they're untraceable. Dollar General does not, they don't do gift cards anymore. You can't get gift cards at Dollar General. You have to go to Target, and they have them locked behind a case now because of these gift cards, because there's so much scamming going on in America, in the retail community. There's so much scamming, it ain't funny no more. They are so tired of people scamming. They're so tired of scamming them and people getting busted, that a lot of these small stores, they have a policy now. They are no longer selling gift cards. If you want to get a gift card, you got to go online and have it mailed to you. Um, I think Walmart still does the gift cards. I think Target still does the gift cards, but all the small, like, independent stores, they're not allowed to sell gift cards anymore because people are scamming and the employees are scamming now. The employees are doing the thing. It's on YouTube. You can look it up. Where account people are using these gift cards to try to just to get a couple bucks out of people, and it's sad. It's really, really, really sad. You know, you got people who are legitimately, you got people who want to use these accounts for good, but they're using them for bad, and it's sad. I don't like it because now it makes things hard for people that are just trying to send funds to their loved ones and such. But at the end of the day, they made it hard for everybody else. But anyway, yeah, these guys out, they beat this dude up for absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Beat this dude up for something that he didn't even do. That wasn't even a crime. How stupid. They did that for clicks and views. Yes, they did. And they are so done because the criminal complaint, when they went back and looked in that dude's phone, they saw, oh, shoot, he really didn't do anything wrong. He really isn't because they was calling him a pedo and all this and that. And like I said, dude was in the military. I mean, thank God. I think they pretty much exonerated him of any wrongdoing. His only mistake was he went on Tinder and they pretty much saw him out and invited him to the party. So basically, they showed that he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. So he's done. I mean, they're done. They showed that he didn't do anything wrong. They invited him. They pursued him and did that all for clicks and views. So I was looking on the YouTube account for Law and Crime in regards to this video, and I saw a comment that somebody posted, and it makes so much sense. Basically, they said, like I alluded to earlier, this is why YouTube has taken the stance that they have taken when it comes to predator hunter videos. This is why they have taken that stand. Because I looked up another situation before I came back on here. So once again, a guy innocently was talking to a subject, was talking to a person online. He was 22. She was, at the time, they said she was underage, but come to find out, the girl was 19. in the dating profile they had that she was 19. So he started talking. So, long story short, because of that little detail, the fact that they had on her profile that she was 19, dude started talking with her, and come to find out she was 17. It was something stupid. I forget exactly how it went. I think she was 19, or he was 7, or she said she was 17, or something stupid. It was something stupid. I can't remember exactly, but basically, come to find out, they messed up, and they basically was like, she acknowledged that she was 19, and they started talking, and come to find out, they went to go meet up, and something happened, and they went and sent the cops to this dude's house, and he showed them the messages. It was like, yo, this girl says she's 19. And the cops are looking like, what the hell? They told us that she was underage. And because of that investigation, they had to let him go. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything about it because they effed up. And the cops told him, don't ever call us again. Don't ever, you burned your bridge with this. And these were investigators that were trying to give these guys a chance. Like, okay, let's work with these agencies. Now, they ain't playing. They're not playing around. They don't want nothing to do. If you're not a law enforcement agency, don't even bother trying to get somebody from JSO to come out to your scene, because they're not going to respond. They're going to tell you, well, you'll have to. So I went back and watched another video, and as they were on the phone with the law enforcement agency, I think the chief or somebody high up came on the phone and basically told them, look, they asked them, they're like, oh, yeah, we're with such and such and such and such predator hunters. And the dispatcher basically says, hold on, I got to hand you over to my chief, or hand you over to the PIC. So the chief or the PIC gets on the phone and essentially tells them, look, you are not a law enforcement agency. We do not have an active investigation against this person. Therefore, everything that you tell us or send us, we can't use. If you want to have charges or have this investigated, you have to contact our district attorney's office. And the officer told him, he said, I'm gonna let you know now. District attorney is gonna tell you, basically, no, you are not law enforcement. We will not be pursuing anything against this subject, and we're gonna hang up now, because guess what? Anything you say to us will be fruit of the poisonous tree, and we can't use it, even if there is a criminal investigation on it, because you came to us for something that you have no authorization to investigate. You are not law enforcement, and basically they shut them down. But yeah, that's that man could have lost his military career and benefits. Exactly. So from what I understand, the gentleman that was involved in this, he went to immediately contacted his command and basically told him what happened. Like, look, I went to go hang out with this girl. They ambushed me, blah, blah, blah. And they're the ones that basically told him, like, look, we're going to do this by the book. As long as you didn't do anything wrong, you're good. He went to his command. They went to law enforcement, and they did everything. So the father of the subject, the person that went, they released his name, but I'm not going to put it out there. You can look it up, but they dropped his name and basically said, look, it was proven that he did nothing wrong. This is exactly why this case is going to trial. This gentleman didn't do if this gentleman did anything wrong, we'd be having this conversation, because it would have basically been like, okay, we're not going to expose this man for something he didn't do. If we had a reason to lock him up, we would have locked him up. And he was still allowed to deploy. So once again, I was looking in the comment section. You have people who are predator hunters that were looking in the comment section that are like, dude, we're screwed. We are screwed. Because what's going to happen is now YouTube, Facebook, Because I know some people that have thousands of followers on Facebook, especially these predator hunter accounts. They're scared now because they're like, look, what are we gonna do now? Because YouTube is gonna crack. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram are gonna crack down even harder now on these predator hunter accounts. Because guess what? You committed a crime, and now everybody's gonna pay for it. Everybody's gonna pay for it now. You're all gonna pay for it because you guys did something that you had no business doing. You guys did something that you should not have clearly done. You accused a guy of something that he did not do. And now everybody's going to pay the price for it. Everybody's going to pay the price because you guys accused this man of doing something that he did not do. I mean, that he was not guilty of. You called him a pedophile, which he wasn't. See, here's the thing. Here's the big part about it. And this is one of the things I have a problem with this Not Like Us record. A pedophile, right? And then he said the word certified pedophiles, which I find it interesting because it actually won a Grammy last night, which I thought was really, really interesting. That's going to turn around in about 4 years, and that's going to be a big point of contention when it comes to the Grammys. I think they're going to end up taking that Grammy back. But anyway, yeah. When he said the word certified, in my mind, I think with a street mentality and according to street rules and codes and whatnot. And my thing is this. If we were doing penitentiary rules in effect, Kendrick wouldn't have got away with that without having some paperwork. As far as I'm concerned, you don't call nobody a pedophile, you don't call nobody a creep unless you got paperwork. I need to see some paperwork. I'm going to need to see something that says, yeah, this man is on the hook for doing this, that, and the third. I need to see some type of documents. I need to see some paperwork. I need to see some evidence. I mean, yeah, there's the video of him messing with the minor on stage, but we're talking about, he said, certified pedophile. That's going to require somebody to come up with some documents or some paperwork where his name, Aubrey Graham, is on some type of paperwork that says he's registered in the state, in Canada or the state of California or something. Same here. These guys were accusing this man of doing something that he wasn't guilty of. And now everybody's going to pay. Everybody's going to pay the price for it. Everybody's going to get hit for it. But that's the update. Come to find out, he didn't do anything wrong. He was innocent. I just wanted to clarify that. He basically was doing what most people would do if they were invited to a college party and they're within that age bracket. I don't know how old this gentleman was, but essentially he was found to be innocent of everything they accused him of, because the victim, quote unquote, was 18. And they ambushed him, beat him up, chased him out in the parking lot, hit him with a car door, ran him off, and now they're all on the hook for kidnapping and assault charges. And they did all this, as it's determined in the court filings, for clicks and views. They did all this for clout. And that's the problem I have with predator hunter accounts. These guys are out here beating people up, jumping people, and when law enforcement doesn't want to work with you in that situation, you know you're wrong. But you know, we're not down with pedophiles. We don't do none of that. But at the same time, you can't be going out here beating people up that, especially when you're not law enforcement, you ain't got the right to do that. That's why dude was on there telling him, like, yo. Oh, yeah, they gotta be careful, especially with the whole pedo accusations and stuff. It's a sad situation. Sad. I feel sad for the guy that was beat up. I feel bad for the guy that had to endure that. All he was trying to do was come hang out with a chick. They was at the college and they were watching a movie, and all of a sudden the door burst open and 30 people came storming in trying to stomp a hole in dude over something that he didn't even do wrong. I'm telling you. Now, I hope this video, if they do have video evidence that video was posted online, if it was posted online, especially Facebook, you better believe Facebook is about to do a complete overhaul on all content pertaining to predator hunters. Like I said, I already noticed that several predator hunter accounts have begun disappearing. Several of them have begun disappearing. Several of them have been, terminated and wiped out. They did a review and started looking up, like, hey, look, this account looks a little suspect. We need to be looking into that. So, yeah, sad to say, it's a sad state of affairs. Dude didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. They're gonna handle that. It's a sad situation, unfortunately. So, I just hope that I pray for healing on the part of the young man that was assaulted, and I wish nothing but the worst for the people that were involved in it. And then they do have a 17-year-old kid that was involved in this somehow. He's in trouble too. How, I don't know, but he's in the mix of this crap. But yeah, they're all done. Ladies and gentlemen, I let y'all be good or be good at it.